There you go.
Does my computer want to work? Okay, it's recording. Can you see this timer thing?
Yep. 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, I thought we had to unmute ourselves. My bad.
You're good. I didn't realize that either, but you're good.
I saw you do it. I was like, oh, I have to do it. Okay. Hi, this is Mary. You are watching the Life of Mary podcast, which you would hopefully be getting a podcast once a month with one of my friends or a video. I think December is going to be a video from the Tampa 30-30 event, which we were just talking about behind the scenes. If you would like to be a guest, please check me out on X, formerly known as Twitter, or email me at mary.lauren.1919@gmail.com if you want to be a guest. Tonight's guest is one of my new friends from Twitter, the Angry Cheesehead. Twitter too.
How's it going, everyone?
Still going. Twitter will be in the bio. So if you want to follow them out there, please do. Again, that is, oh no, I literally wrote it down. At Angry Packer1, right?
Yep, that's the correct one. You'll find me doing a bit of shit posting about my Packers and getting angry or just be shy, like what the fuck is going on,
Yeah.
Pretty much like somewhat a bit of a Packer version of Urinating Tree minus,
oh god.
Happy the tech knowledge and also just
Okay.
If you see me post a meme of Galvatron looking upset, you know me. Whatever.
Okay. I'm kind of forced to, not really. So this recently happened after the first episode, I think, with Miss Emily Mack. But if you want to get anything from as of tonight at 3 this afternoon in the evening, they still had Jasper Turtle pendants, skull tumblers, neon Mickey Mouse tumbler, green and gold plaid tumbler, Packers tumbler, Grinch tumbler, Raiders tumbler, Halloweenies tumblers, National Football League tumblers of all sorts, 20-ounce tumblers, skull pattern tumbler, Halloweeny themed 20-ounce tumbler, Major League Baseball tumblers, neon Halloweeny tumbler, prayer and Bible themed 20-ounce tumblers, animal print 20-ounce tumblers, roses themed 20-ounce tumbler, Christmas paper themed 20-ounce tumbler, horoscope 20-ounce themed tumblers, green and yellow 20-ounce tumblers, Blackhawks 20-ounce tumblers, your design of 20-ounce tumblers, which were $15.88 last time I checked. Bracelets of all sorts, rosaries, 5 pairs of long eyelashes, red, black and red, and multicolored. Crystal charm bracelet, chapstick scents such as mint, cherry, watermelon, orange, lily of the valley, pineapple, apple, grape, rose, coconut, strawberry, mango, vanilla, and peach. 80 cents each for one of those. Natural quartz crystal, natural serpentine stone, clear quartz head figurine, which was a horse, multicolored pens, the ones that you can choose the color of, ones that transparent dice, stretch bracelets, wire wrap chakra, selenite wood, stretch bracelets, pendants of all sorts, earrings, facial rollers, glass skull, facial tool, glass skull was almost sold out, facial tools, necklace with the pendant, charm bracelet, and jeweled lanyard. They are all on my friend's website, which will be linked in the bio. You can get 15% off by using my code MARY, in all capitals, MARY, 15 for 15% off. To get the link working, you have to copy and paste the link in the browser for it to work. So you will hear about this a little bit later, but Packers Fan of the Year, Tom Grossi, please vote for him to win NFL Fan of the Year. He raised $500,000 for St. Jude and does a lot of charity work. He recently went to all of the NFL stadiums and started at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And ended at SoFi Stadium at Los Angeles, California. Please give him a vote with any of your email accounts. Link will be in the bio, but you have to copy and paste the link, like I said before, from my bio to the web browser, such as Google or whatever. How he is in his videos is how he is in real life, and as Angry Cheesehead might say, he's the same. Would you agree?
Definitely, big time. Yeah. Well, I'll go into it later, but
Yeah,
seeing him
we'll
when
talk about it a
he
little
was
bit
there in
later.
Charlotte is gonna be. He was just awesome.
So my former profile picture is with him and I at the Tampa 30 and 30 event, which is also my Twitter profile picture, actually. Exactly right across the street from Raymond James Stadium. You can vote as many times as you want to. Voting ends early December. I think I saw December 9th. You can correct me on that. I don't care. This is not a question, but please let the audience know a little bit about yourself. I know you kind of already did that.
Well, pretty much kind of like a somewhat low-level shit poster about my Green Bay Packers. You know, I'm a diehard Transformers nerd. Like, for example, I have Menasor from Legacy. I'm also a diehard Fallout fan, and I'm including with this Pit Boy right here, Pit
Oh
Boy
wow.
2000 March 6th. Diehard Fallout fan. I've been a fan for many years. I'm pretty much this pissed off cheesehead from the southeast. So just a little bit about me.
I know you mentioned urinating tree earlier too, so I didn't know if you wanted to get into that or when we talk about clickbait sports.
Repeat that again for me. I'm sorry.
You talked about urinating tree earlier. I didn't know if you wanted to get into that later.
Yeah. You're. We don't.
We'll
I
talk
was
about
mentioning how much I'm kind of like a mild shit poster level, like low level shit poster regarding compared to like how urinate tree is like the best shit poster in football compared to me, just low level guy with not a whole lot of text out and whatnot.
So for people that don't know, urinating tree is a diehard Steelers fan.
Yeah.
And
The
other
guy who just goes Yinzer mode activated was the bullshit of Steeler football.
Steelers going for Super Bowl.
You see, it
We'll
kind of gave me
definitely-
an inspiration to say the Packers are going to Super Bowl because I call it Super Bowl because I
yeah.
worked in an Italian restaurant and we started this thing called a zuppa de pesce in Italian. It's soup of
Oh,
fish. So I
that's
went
cool.
zuppa with soup and then just bowl. So Packers going to Super Bowl. You see me. He has a terrible towel. I don't have a terrible towel. I just wave my freaking hat around like a maniac. What?
See, if you saw Tom's play-by-play against the Chargers or Steelers recently, he did get that Lambo towel as a clickbait punishment, and it worked. I think we don't know yet.
So it sucked to see him having to wear that towel instead of having to see Tree wear the damn cheese hat again. That
Yep.
was nice because you remember last time back in 2021 when we beat him in Lambeau?
Yep.
That was.
Yep. Okay. What is your favorite experience at Lambeau Fields besides the game, if you have ever been?
Actually, I've never been to Wisconsin. I've never been to Lambeau
What?
Field. No, never have. Sadly, it's one of the places I wanted to go. But this place is like kind of like a place I want to go have a pilgrimage to just to go
Right.
explore Titletown and enjoy the vibe of Wisconsin. I just try to do that kind of at home, minus the Titletown kind of feel. Just embrace the Wisconsinite within.
Okay, that's another.
But
I also haven't been to Lambeau.
yeah, I've been to
Surprisingly.
NFL games before, but like last year I went to Tampa Bay against the Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, where we won 14-12 before Hurricane Ian came, and it was a blast. And it's my mission to go to at least one game a year for the NFL season. And luckily this year, they're coming on Christmas Eve here in over in Charlotte.
Are you going?
I'm gonna be going.
Nice. I guess cheer on our boys, as the Panthers have not won a single game. Wait, never mind. They won one. I don't know who, but they won
They won
one.
against the Texans, barely 15-13.
Got it.
Yeah, they almost won against the Bears last Thursday, but without
the Bears.
Burns being defensive pressure, they struggled.
Yeah, but it's against the Bears.
True.
And it was Justin Fields. Actually, he's playing against the Lions.
They're saying he's play. They're expecting him to play, but we'll see what happens. Although I got a feeling the Lions are going to decimate him like hell.
Agreed.
It's that, but it is what it is. And I'm scared that if Caleb Williams goes to the Bears, I'm going to be very sad for this guy because this guy's been losing a lot of games in USC, and now he's going to play for Chicago. That's a fate worse than death right now.
Right, and if the Panthers get the number 1 pick, the Bears automatically get it. So it's
because of the trade they got for the Panthers to get Bryce Young.
But would the Bears trade it to the Cardinals?
I doubt it.
You think they'll keep it to draft another quarterback?
I think they'll keep it.
To draft a quarterback or what?
Probably to build up their defense a bit more, or maybe the O-line, but quarterback,
as long as
Justin Fields is good. He just doesn't have a good O-line to back him up.
Yeah, as long as you save one of the good wide receivers for the Packers, even though we know they probably won't draft one in the first round.
No, we never do. We always draft a defensive player in the first round. But
I mean, we almost drafted Christian Watson in the first round in 2022.
Yeah, but then we ended up going defense. So
yeah, true.
But I think this year we might not go defense. I think we're gonna go offense this time.
Oh, what position? Tackle. Yeah.
Offensive tackle, O-line, left tackle.
I've seen a lot of people
choosing tackle. O-line, which we're going to talk about here a little bit, I could bet. That's probably one of the questions you had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Somewhere, number 14.
Yeah.
Way down the list. Oops.
But yeah.
Okay.
Never hope to go there one day.
That's so funny because I haven't been to Lambeau and I'm from Wisconsin. So that's kind of funny.
Oh, man.
Any wins that you see from the rest of the Packers schedule? I know we're almost halfway through it. Any wins besides Panthers and Bears?
Well, before I answer that question, let's go back to how the season played out. Yeah. So, of course, we won against the Bears. We had a close loss against the Falcons where we couldn't stop the run worth a damn.
Right.
Then we came back and luckily somehow beat the Saints at home when they were kicking our ass for 3 quarters.
Right.
And then we lost several games where it's mostly one score. It wasn't that much. I mean, obviously our offensive performance wasn't that good, but we did hold on to one score.
Right.
Every one of our losses.
Which I'm glad about.
We could have been a little bit better with our season. Right now, because of how it is with our defense, of course, they're holding up to maybe 20 points at most.
Yeah.
Maximum around 20, under 30. Mm-hmm. It doesn't help either that our offense wasn't clicking until it's too late, and it's still a learning curve. But I do see us, of course, maybe beating the Bears, of course, sweeping them, maybe and beating the Panthers. Maybe we can do something against Minnesota. I don't know. But
that's true because we always split Minnesota.
With them. Yeah. Ever since 2019, we split with them. And I actually do see us winning against the New York Giants, even if it's in New Jersey. All they got is Saquon Barkley. If we can contain Barkley, we should.
Speaking of that game, what do you expect for that? I know people are wanting to move it to a different day. I saw today they might move it to Sunday instead of Monday now because the Jets played before us. Do you see that game switching?
I doubt it, but
because I saw recently there's a high chance of them moving our game to Sunday.
Who are the Jets playing that week?
I think it's the Browns.
Browns? I thought that game was about a Thursday night football game already.
I guess I can look it up.
Yeah, they're playing. They're the last game on Thursday night football, and they're going to be in Cleveland.
It's at MetLife, whoever it is. That would be week 13, right?
Week 14.
Oh, my bad. Texans. Yeah, MetLife.
Even then, why flex out when you have Zach Wilson and O-line being?
Well, they would flex it out to Monday with the only game.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers might come back, but with that shitty offense, he's going to get knocked out again.
I was going to say, what do you think about that? Do you think it's too early?
I don't see a reason why they would change it at all.
Exactly. Don't risk it.
No, don't. I wouldn't give it a risk it there. Zach Wilson, even if Rodgers comes back, the O line is going to be too
Yep.
non-existent, and he's going to get beat up again.
Right. It's
So
going to happen
Zach
again no matter
Wilson
what.
isn't going to get you anywhere. So
Right.
really, why flex? And CJ Stroud's going to not, even though the Jets defense is really good,
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud is going to obliterate the Jets.
Yeah.
If that man can surpass Andrew Luck's record against beating a really good defense like Tampa Bay, yeah, you're not going to survive.
Right. I mean, but that game's going to be in prime time on Sunday. So it's prime time or Monday prime time. It's just a different day.
Who comes up with these primetime games? I wonder.
Exactly. Like the Bears and the Panthers recently. Like what?
I mean, I get about all the potential number one picks, but
why put the Packers and the Chiefs? That's going to be horrible. No one wants to see that game.
I mean, Jordan Love did play against the Chiefs before. The Chiefs weren't even that great. They're not great this year. They're good, but they're not great. Their offense has been struggling unless their name is Travis Kelce. But last time we played them, Rodgers was under COVID. Jordan Love had to fill in, and we lost only by 6, 13-7. It was a low-scoring affair.
And it's at Lambeau in the cold.
So. I'm sure Arrowhead's going to be cold, too. The only difference is it might be louder in Arrowhead, but that's it.
It's at Lambeau. The game is at Lambeau.
Oh, yeah. I think last time we faced the Chiefs was at Arrowhead.
It's at Lambeau.
Lambeau might give us a little bit more of an opportunity, but...
What do you think? I hate to say this. What do you think about Taylor Swift coming to possibly Lambeau?
I could care less. Like, we already got our own celebrity in Simone Biles because she's married to our safety, Jonathan Owens. So, she's going to be there too. So,
yeah. How do you feel about Jonathan Owens?
I haven't seen too much of him. I was expecting a good veteran safety, but I didn't see much of him. That's because, I don't know if it's because he doesn't perform that good. I don't know if it's because Joe Barry's a knucklehead. I don't know. But I just don't see much. I would love to see more from him.
Agreed. Well, Rudy Ford didn't practice today, so we might see more of him. Jonathan Owens. Speaking of Lambeau, actually, what are your thoughts about the draft finally coming to Green Bay, Wisconsin in 2025?
That's what it is.
Also, the 50s alternate jerseys, which we are wearing against the Chargers this Sunday.
About fucking time, am I right?
Yep.
We deserve a draft. I mean, Green Bay is not as big of a town, a city as Chicago, Kansas City, Las Vegas, but we have a strong football market here. A lot of these reporters are out there saying, "Oh, Green Bay can't hold a draft." Come on, seriously. Lambeau Field is one of the best stadiums in the world, in America.
Iconic. Yeah, it's also the most iconic.
Exactly, one of the most iconic. Every time you go there, you get to see Vince Lombardi and Curly. The history, the title town itself. Some people might just go around the bars, arounds.
Yeah, that's fine.
Arena. They don't have to go in the actual arena.
Right, that's fine. I also saw in the live stream that they did announcing the dates, the Vince Lombardi trophies will be there.
Definitely.
I'm excited to see that. Are you planning on going?
No, actually, no.
No?
I'm sure it's going to be very expensive to get into, very hard to get into, and it's going to sell out real quickly.
Draft is free, though.
Make it there.
Draft is free.
So far.
Yeah, draft is free from what I saw, so.
Yeah.
I know Justin and I are trying to go up.
I mean, unless I get invited, I would love to go, but
yeah. From what I've seen, the event is free, so that might change.
That's because I've never been to a draft, so I don't know.
No, yeah. I've Googled it. Justin and I haven't been to draft either. But we're trying to make it. That's why actually we're not going to the Jacksonville game. Packers are gonna be in Jacksonville next year. We already talked about going to that game, but we're saving up money for the draft.
We better play that they're playing in London or Germany against Jacksonville.
No! Never! It's at Jacksonville, though. Oh, they can change it, though. Never mind.
Yeah, it might change. So you never know who's going to be playing in London. Like, we were expecting to play the Giants in New Jersey, but last year, but we ended up playing in London. So
let's not talk about that game.
Send them
50s
over. That's
jerseys.
our first game. I'm sure there's gonna be more. We'll probably do better next time.
50s alternates jerseys. Thoughts? I know a lot of people didn't like them when they were announced. Oh, you like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I am a diehard of that kind of jersey. I've been really wanting one of those jerseys for a long time, and I was able to come across a Keyshawn Nixon one for real cheap.
There you go.
I just got it, and I love it. I'd love to have more of them.
Yeah.
We had too many home jerseys, not enough away jerseys or 50s alternatives.
Right.
But I hear some people don't really like it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I love it. I personally love it.
I mean, I know people say green and gold don't really mix together in style, but unless you're the Green Bay Packers or the Charlotte 49ers, you're not.
Right.
It's
Or the
not
Ducks.
going to look good, but
Oregon
Green
Ducks.
Bay makes it look really well done.
Or the Oregon Ducks, too.
Oregon Ducks, too, but they're more yellow rather than green.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a different shade of yellow rather than gold, and they're a different shade of green.
Right. See, the jersey, I'm wanting to get the 50s jersey as well before they go out, before they don't do it again. I'm trying to get a Lucas Van Ness jersey, though.
Oh, that'll be nice.
That's been my guy since the draft. I got him in. I do a lot of mock drafts, and so far I got one player from every one I've done.
Right.
And it's been a joke on Twitter in my DMs with other people. I did bunny hops when we drafted him, and it's just been funny. So it's behind the scenes stories that people will not understand.
Definitely do really well. Like Luke Ness Monster, man. I really can't wait to see him do more.
Yep, me too. What is your Packers story? Speaking, most of these questions are about Packers. What is your Packers story? I feel like everyone has a good Packers story.
You really want to know?
Say it.
So I'm probably one of only 2 Packer fans in my family.
Oh, interesting.
You want to know why?
Why?
The rest of the family does not like Green Bay.
Is it because why?
Because I have family from Minnesota and Washington State.
Makes sense.
They're all either Seahawk or Viking fans.
Yep.
So pretty much like
Black sheep. Yeah.
But
That's
I was becoming a Packers fan, but I stuck by him for a long time and still got to stick by him until I'm dead. I mean, and there's not a whole lot of Packer fans around me.
Okay.
That I can really talk to, because a lot of Packer fans, I don't know, when I met some of them, they were real close to me. They're not really the open type, they don't like talking to other people. They don't like having a conversation.
Yeah.
You had to go on Twitter to find some.
Right.
Tom Grossi's composer, Daniel Clintworth.
Yeah. Yep.
I talked to him. Like he and I are really cool. Yeah, him, Jess, real nice people. I'm gonna hopefully meet them in Charlotte for the game. Because we're like maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours apart. So.
Which Jess? I'm trying to think if I know her. Probably not.
She's a good friend. She's, I think, the friends and a roommate with Daniel.
Oh, okay. Is she on Twitter?
She's on Twitter, yeah.
I'll have to find it because I don't know who you're talking about. Unfortunately.
But yeah, it's kind of hard. But some of my friends are, well, I have a lot of people that are around me that I'm friends with are usually not really NFL fans, but I have like 2 Panther fans I know of. There's actually an Arizona Cardinal fan that I'm real close friends with, who's actually from Arizona. And he has a lot of respect for Green Bay, and he appreciates a lot, especially when we beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl 2 or 3 years after the Cardinals failed to do so.
Yep. Hey, at least we got it done for them. So if I could have any guest on the podcast, who would it be and why that person?
If you could have a guest.
Yeah, preferably on Twitter. I've tried Tom and Johnny. And
have you tried your name tree?
That would be fun.
He usually does podcasts. Like a couple weeks ago, I saw him on a podcast with a minor Steelers fan, not like a low-level Steelers fan.
That would be fun.
I would suggest and a friend who's actually a Chicago Bears fan from Chicago. He's a real nice guy, but he doesn't like being on camera or on video call or anything.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I can try them, but never mind then.
I even
There's a
tried.
bad idea.
He
Oh,
just
really?
I just text him. That's it. He doesn't really.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
very
get that. I'll try
really
tree.
Bears
That
fans
would
I
be fun.
actually have respect for.
Tree would be fun.
But,
Tree would be fun.
definitely.
Okay, I hate to do this, but we have to. I've done this on all my podcasts so far. Everyone has given me different answers. What are your division predictions? Winners from all the NFL league.
Well, where do you want to start? Do you want to start NFC, AFC? Do you want to start
AFC
like
North. I
AFC?
mean, like by AFC, NFC, AFC, NFC.
So
AFC.
back and forth, just
Yep.
directions.
Yep.
Okay,
AFC.
so let's start with the AFC North then.
Yep. Okay.
The AFC North, we're starting off with the best division in the league right now. The AFC
Okay.
North has been dominant on all fronts.
Yep.
Whether it's the Cleveland Browns' instant defenses,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's Pittsburgh being able to get out with a win, even with the incompetence, the
Right.
Bengals coming back from a rough start, and the Ravens finding creative ways to win, even though they do sometimes choke.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a really close and tough call.
I think so too.
think personally, if Baltimore doesn't screw it up, they can win the division. But I do see maybe the Bengals sneaking in behind, if anything, and even the Browns. But don't be shocked if it's two or if it's all of them in for the division. But you could pick a random team out of either of them, and you can make a good argument as to why you would want them. But I think personally, Baltimore has more manpower as long as they can stay healthy, don't choke games. John Harbaugh knows what he's doing. He should be fine.
100% agree. Well, with Deshaun Watson being out right now permanently for the rest of the season, I think the Ravens. For sure. With the shoulder.
Right. And the only other threat, with Cleveland, like I said, they have a really good run game.
Yeah.
They brought back, I think it was Kareem Hunt, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because Nick Chubb was injured for the rest of the season. And it sucked to see him go down. But, their defense is one of the top defenses in the league right now. They are a complete brick wall. It would be very hard, unless maybe you're in the AFC North, to actually destroy them.
Right.
Your games
That's
are
going to be a fun division eventually.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, similar state. The defense is not, even though the numbers say the defense isn't that great, their defense is really
right.
T.J. Watt's a monster. Bengals, they got, they lost a bunch of other guys, but they still are trying to fight hard no matter what.
Right. Oh,
DeMar Chase, Joe Mixon's still there. They can still be a threat no matter who they face.
Right. NFC North.
I'm going to go with Detroit.
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone has gone. Oh, Emily first predicted us to win, but I don't see that happening now.
No, I actually predicted from the start it was going to be Detroit because of how will they put up against us being the only threat and how much the Vikings kept getting bailed out every time. And it's starting to feel like they're going to come back to that kind of state. Although I do like Josh Dobbs. I think the Vikings do get kind of bailed out a lot. The Packers, we got a lot of cleaning up to do. If we are making good progress, if we can keep up with the progress, change some stuff over, and I'm going to get to that here in a little bit, but it's going to be, I think we'll come back up on top eventually. But right now, it's Detroit's to win.
100% agreed.
Because the Vikings are just getting lucky and they got an easy schedule. Detroit,
Yeah.
Because they faced the Vikings twice at the end of the season, it's going to be really fun to see who's going to.
I mean, the Lions play the Bears this week. That's
Yeah, and the Lions are going to just turn Justin Fields into puppy chow.
Yeah. Bear chow, I should say.
Bear chow or Packer chow, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, wait, I don't like that one now. Never mind.
Hey, I got a joke for you. You want to know who my favorite Bear player? Who's my favorite Bears player?
Who?
Jay Cutler. Because how often he throws the interceptions.
Right. AFC West.
Although rest in peace, Dick Butkus. Trying to put my respect out there for that. So.
AFC West.
Easy, Kansas City. Kansas City has been sluggish, but so has the rest of the division. The Broncos are gaining some momentum after they beat us. But I don't see the
Broncos will make playoffs.
They might make the playoffs. They might not. You never know. Same thing with the Raiders. They got some momentum after beating us. And it's After getting rid of Josh McDaniels and getting
Yep.
Antonio Pierce to cover for as coach. Pierce is doing a great job, even though they struggled a little bit against the Jets, a good Jets defense.
Yeah.
They did everything they can to smack the hell out of the Giants and try to keep up with the competition. They're at 500 right now. The Chargers, they're a little bit of a challenge too. And, with Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, the defense, and I'm not sure if you heard, but they just claimed Justin Hollins off of
I
the
did.
Packers,
I did.
so he's going to be there too.
Okay. What's the chances of them getting him before we play the Chargers? Like,
I don't know.
that's crazy.
I don't know,
We'll
but
talk about that game later. But
the Chiefs, they're a little sluggish, like before. This isn't the first time Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs were dominant playoff contenders, made the Super Bowl or get close to the Super Bowl and struggle a bit. But Mahomes should be able to have the talent, and so will the offense. They just got to make sure that all the other receivers and run game is good. They can't just keep relying on Travis Kelce, even though Kelce is an outstanding player. They can't just rely on him. That's what's going to cost you games.
Yep. Hopefully, when we play the Chiefs, we'll have Jair back. Hopefully.
We'll have almost everyone back.
I hope so, besides Bach.
We need all hands on deck for that game, too.
Yep. NFC West.
It's only between two teams. It just depends on how it plays out. If San Francisco can stay healthy, they can win. They'll win it easily. If not, Seattle is right at their back door.
Oh.
Really tough. They are ready to go. They've been tough since they tried to clinch the wild card spot, the last wild card spot. We lost to the Lions. And they could be dangerous. It could be a flip of a coin, but it just depends on how San Fran ends up.
Right. So San Fran or the Seahawks, Sea Chickens, as Tom Grosson would say.
Yeah, the Sea Hags, as I call them.
Ooh, wait! I love how you guys have like incredible names for them.
Sea Hags, 40 whiners, pretty much.
Okay. AFC South.
That is one of the most shocking divisions that I've seen as of late. Last year, it was only like one team that made it above 500, and it was shocking to see the Jaguars come back from that. But right now, there's only one team that's below 500, and that's Tennessee Titans. They're not going to win that division easy.
I don't think so.
No. They're still in rebuild mode. The Texans really shocked me a lot.
Me too.
They are an interesting team. They are definitely a dark horse. But it's got to be either them or Jacksonville. Indianapolis, AR-15's gone, or Anthony Richardson, whatever. I don't know. Not easy AR-15, but he's Anthony Richardson's out. He's out for the rest of the season. Gardner Minshew can only do what he can. The run game can only do what he can. Defense is what's helping them at least keep up in games.
Right.
Like you've seen how sluggish the Germany game was against the Patriots.
I didn't even watch that game. I'm so glad I didn't. I heard about it, though.
It was just awful. Yeah. But the defense did a good job to hold them down to 6. The Patriots down to 6 points. Right. But Colts, I don't see them making super far, but don't be shocked that they get above 500.
Okay.
But they might have a decent season, but it's really between the Jags, if they can clean up a little bit, or the Texans. It's going to be very shocking.
That's going to be a fun game if they have to play again. I'm sure they do.
I think they will, but I think the Texans are going to be sneaking into the playoffs big time. There's no way you can convince me they're not. Like, it's the same thing with the Bengals. They started sluggish, and here they come barreling down with intensity, whether it's with Tank Dell or Will Anderson Jr. on edge. It doesn't matter. Even the run game, Dalton Schultz and tight end. D'Amico Ryans is doing a great job, and they got a real good test this week against Cincinnati. They had a good test against Cincinnati, and they dominated for the most part, even though it was close. And they were able to come out with a win. They got an easy game against the Cardinals. They should be able to win, but I'm excited to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah, that's going to be going on. NFC South.
NFC South. Once again, it's another one of those, it depends on the scenario.
Right.
Because right now, the Saints lead the South.
Okay.
At the moment. I originally picked the Falcons when I made my predictions. But seeing how well they performed, well, the other two have faltered because it's obviously not going to be Panthers for sure.
Yeah, no.
But the Falcons, because of Arthur Smith and not wanting to use Bijan Robinson, that's going to cost you the division chance
Yep.
and a chance to make the playoffs.
Yep.
Big time, because you can't use your best running back right now. What are you doing? I would pick the Saints, but the issue is Pete Carmichael's play calling is what kills him. So many bad choices from Pete Carmichael that cost him so many games. Even against us, there was like so much wrong that you're wondering what the hell are we doing,
Right.
you know? And just it sucks to see how the Saints are just trying their best to fight, but they failed miserably.
Yep.
But another big thing that shocked me though was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, the offense is a little sluggish, and you still got Todd Bowles, I think, right? Todd Bowles coaching.
Yep.
Yeah, their defense has been heavy. They look like they did not shy away after Tom Brady retired from the Buccaneers. It still looks like they're standing as long as their offensive performance keeps going and builds.
Right.
They can win the division, no problem. Once again,
Right.
I wouldn't be shocked that that's the case.
Oh, okay. We have the Bucks versus Packers soon. That's going to be. Ugh.
Oh, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is gonna milk us.
Well, it's at Lambeau, so.
I mean, he played at Lambeau last time too with the Browns, and we barely skinned away.
True, but still. AFC East.
Miami. I gotta go Miami. Bills. Bills would have been a good pick, but they've been really, really downgraded.
Yeah.
They just fired Ken Dorsey.
Yep.
Josh Allen has been really struggling. They've been making him run the ball so many times, making so many costly interceptions. He's tied up for the season with 2011 with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is not good.
Yeah, no.
But the Jets, they're done. Everybody said it was going to be the Jets, but no. Rodgers is
done.
Patriots, they're cooked. They're done. Dolphins, as long as they can beat opponents that are tougher than how they have beaten, they could win the division, no problem. But I do see them become a wild card exits though.
That's a good one. NFC East.
I gotta go with Philly. Philly is tough enough to make it through. If they could survive against the Cowboys. Cowboys, yes, they are good in the regular season, but Philly is just going to win away from being not 9 wins and staying above 500 for the rest of the season. They are really, really tightened up, even though they have kept it real close with a lot of other guys, kept toying with their play. And Dallas is trying to make sure they can do whatever they can to win the division and make it to the dance.
Right.
It'll be tough, but yeah, I'm still going with Philly making it back into the playoffs and maybe making it back into the Super Bowl. It wouldn't be.
That'd be fun. Imagine like a Chiefs and a Eagles matchup again.
I'm actually thinking Baltimore and Eagles.
Or Lions and Lions and Dolphins.
Lions Jags, that would be interesting.
Oh, that'd be good. Or Lions and Texans. Both of those would be good.
Too. That would be a good one.
Because both of those teams haven't made it to Super Bowl, so that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, the Texans, the Jags, the Lions, and the Browns have never been to a Super Bowl.
Also, Vikings.
Vikings have never won a Super Bowl. They've been to Super Bowl. They've been to 4, but they lost all 4.
Right. That's why their case is empty. Right.
Yeah. They fought against the Raiders, they fought against the Chiefs, they fought against the Dolphins and the Steelers, and they lost all 4.
The thing that I find funny about that is Packers have played 3 of those teams that you just mentioned in the Super Bowl, and we won. Like, what? Like the Chiefs, Raiders, and Steelers. Not Dolphins. But
no, we beat the Patriots, but not.
Right.
That would be interesting Super Bowl, though, if we ever get back up there.
Imagine Steelers and the Packers. Or Patriots and Packers.
Yep.
What is one thing on your bucket list that you want to do eventually? I know you mentioned Lambeau.
That's definitely it. That going back to that first question, it's Lambeau Field, making a pilgrimage up there, taking the opportunity to go to a Wisconsin quick trip and feel the maybe tailgate out there at Lambeau, get the
Mhm.
chance to experience Title Town, walk around, try the 1919 Tap Bar and all that.
Yep.
Getting the chance to just take in the atmosphere that I am in Lambeau Field in
Mhm.
Green Bay, Wisconsin. This is a heaven and a dream come true.
Mhm.
This is like, the Disney World of football to me.
Yeah, it is. Or
And
Disneyland football. Yeah.
well, I've never been to Disneyland, so I can't really say I've been to Disney World, but I
Right.
love it. And seeing how well everybody really loves this field, how well it's
Mhm.
been taken care of, and how much of this history has been built around Lambeau Field,
Mhm.
it just
Yeah,
makes
it's
just fun.
incredible. So I'm gonna let you debate on this against my other guest I just had. What do you think about us having no owner? Do you think we should have an owner?
I think it's more of a culture thing. There's a little things that we got to change on the culture.
Right.
Like, of course, with the season tickets, with how many, like you
Yep.
saw with the Thursday night
Yep.
football game against the
Yep.
Lions.
Yep.
Yeah, that was sad.
Mhm.
Real sad.
Mhm.
And how many people have been waiting and dying to get tickets,
Right.
get in season passes to get into Lambeau Field? I would
Right.
love to be one of those people to
Oh yeah.
actually get the chance to be a season ticket holder. Keep those season tickets. Go to
Yep.
Lambeau Field. Be an owner and
Yep.
actually embrace Green Bay, Wisconsin. It
Agreed.
it feels like it just sucks because you got so many diehards from all across the country who
Mhm.
really want to go do this stuff. And you got
Mhm.
so many people out here who are former because there's history about how some of the people didn't want them, in Milwaukee didn't want to have the Packers leave for Green Bay and move up
Mhm.
there
Okay.
because they were temporarily in Milwaukee. So they got
Right.
them season tickets at the time.
Right.
Um, and there's a list that's been going on until then.
Yeah.
And the wait list is about 20 years.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's horrible. But
Right.
at the same time, like I get people are diehards about this, but
Mhm.
it just alienates a lot of the crowd, especially when those people go out and sell these tickets. It's not worth it because you never know. They might say they're a Packer fan, but really they might be a Lions fan or a Viking fan.
Right.
They just want to go
Sometimes,
see the
yeah,
fact
I'm scared
Packers,
for that reason. Yeah.
you know, it just doesn't seem right. But regarding ownership, though, I'm glad that we don't have an owner. I'm glad it's more
Okay.
of an incorporation rather than a full-fledged owner because we could have been in a situation where we had owners like Jim Irsay or Dan Snyder or
Oh God, just
piece of
imagine
shit
Dan
Dean
Snyder.
Spanos.
Yeah.
Like we could have had better owners like the Blazers, but I'd rather not have a Hugh Culverhouse or one of them owning my team.
Right. What do you think about Mark Murphy? Your
Him,
personal
Brian
thoughts.
Gutekunst, I'm very down the middle on them.
Okay.
At one hand, they make somewhat smart decisions to help with the Packers' investments, but at the same time, they don't make enough investments for the future.
Right.
I'm talking about like money wise, maybe they do okay on that part, but you can't just run football like a business. You got to run it like you're going to win championships, and you got to prove that you can fight hard to win these
Yep.
championships. And it's just sucks, you know.
Right.
Because every time we go out for free agency, of course, I know we've been over the cap many years, but there are so many players that I really would have loved to help develop this team,
Mhm.
teach these new rookies to help out instead of feeding them to the wolves. But we
Mhm.
don't really do anything.
Mhm. My computer was about to die, so I just grabbed the
All right.
charger. What is one thing you would want to change to this year's Packers? Speaking of that question.
Actually, the biggest thing is regarding the run, whether it's in the run game itself for us or stopping the run in general. It's
Yep.
been so long and so many years, and the problem has never been fixed. We
Mhm.
can't stop the run. How many times have we been to the NFC Championship game and we can't stop the run against
Mhm.
Deebo Samuel? How many times have we against Pittsburgh even? Pittsburgh or
Yep.
Saints, whatever. We can't stop
Falcons.
the run, and that's what
Falcons.
kills us.
Falcons. Falcons was hard.
Definitely, we couldn't stop Bijan Robinson. That's
Woo.
what cost us the game. And with the fact that we weren't using our run game instead of having to chuck the ball, and it
Right.
was it was nightmare. Like
Right.
But there's more. There's a lot more of that. But if it's one thing, it's that. But there's so
Okay.
much more, like play calling. Like when
Yeah.
we saw with the Steeler game, it was horrible because I saw we only had 3 minutes left. We had the ball in our possession,
Right.
and they're doing hurry up offense,
Right.
chucking the ball. Why would you do hurry up offense and chuck the ball? That
Right.
makes
Doesn't
no
make sense.
sense.
Right.
You could have just held the ball, have Aaron Jones do some runs, make a long sustained drive. That way, even if we don't make it to the end zone, we can kick a field goal and win the game when the clock hits 0.
Right.
It would make more sense.
Right. That's
Just
what I was telling my mom.
the
Yeah.
Steelers had the ball. That's one of the things that cost us the game, other than a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's what I told my mom is like, kick the field goal.
And I even tweeted about this on my Twitter, and it's just like, what the hell are you thinking?
Right. What's one thing? Wait. What coaches should be fired and who should replace them on the Packers? I know last guest said Coach Matt LaFleur, Joe Barry, Brian Gutekunst as well was mentioned.
Well, don't consider Gutekunst. He's not a coach. He's a
Right.
manager or whatever. But
and who should replace them?
You see, the thing is, I would get rid of Barry, but at the same time, he has held him down to 20 points this year at most, around 20, in the 20s. But the thing is, before the season started, there was a coach out there that was pretty much a free agent.
Right.
He didn't have a team. He left Miami. He left, I forgot what other team he was with, but other than the Patriots. But he was a very good coach, and I would have loved to have him on my defense. And that is Brian Flores. Brian Flores has proven that he can be a good coach. And with him being on defense, we could have been unstoppable right there, near unstoppable. Instead of Joe Barry putting like 2 defensive linemen all the way in the far end, and not when we're right by goal line.
Right, and our linebackers on like top wide receivers, like Preston Smith on Devontae Adams.
Preston Smith on the star wide receivers, and don't matter who it is. Like,
right,
dude's too big. You got corners that can fly for you, take the air. The big linebackers are there for the ground game.
Yep.
They're meant to stop. If they can do something and do a pick in the sky, cool. But same thing with corners on the ground. But that's what they're mainly there to do. Linebackers, defensive ends, all that. Take the ground. Safeties in the secondary, corners up front, they take the skies. They got to make sure they cover the passes.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely Joe Barry. Rich Bisaccia, I mean, there were a lot of people that criticize Rich Bisaccia. He is really good. I say keep Rich Bisaccia.
Me too.
I would definitely say. Of course, we know about the whole Amari Rodgers situation, but I think it wasn't really his fault. It was more the head's choices rather than his own.
Me too.
But when he got Keyshawn Nixon in there, we were able to make monster runs. Even against the Steelers, we were able to make it there deep into their 30.
Right.
And we scored a field goal in that.
Yeah.
Miami, 90 yards, scored a field goal. We got a return for 6 against the Vikings last year.
Yep.
Lambeau. And it was just, I want to see more of that. So, Bisaccia we keep. LaFleur needs to be less conservative. He needs to be able to make smart choices. Use the run. Don't be afraid to use Aaron Jones. He's there. Don't put your running back in the backfield because that's going to make him stuff. We don't have that kind of power back like Derrick Henry.
Right.
A.J. Dillon is great, but he needs some work. He hasn't been the best since then. And putting your guy in the backfield is going to stuff him all the way back, make you lose yards more likely than putting him on your left or your right. Just use the run. Don't worry about chucking the ball. You don't need to be Aaron Rodgers. Just
right.
the ball.
Right. Did you think we needed Jonathan Taylor when he was an option? If so, what would you trade him for?
I don't think so. No. I don't think we needed Jonathan Taylor. We had Aaron Jones.
Right.
Nice to have a dual threats on running back, yes, but we had A.J. Dillon for a reason. And A.J. Dillon needs to put up more. That way he can be back to where he used to be. That man, like we seen him a couple years ago when we faced Tennessee at home.
Yep.
When we were able to, I was scared when we faced in the NFC South and AFC South.
Right.
2020.
Yep.
going into the game, I was like scared that Derrick Henry is going to run the hell over us, but
I
no,
think a lot
AJ
of
Dillon ran the hell over them. Our run defense was able to try to hold up and hold them down to 14 points, but our run game, AJ Dillon just powered right through, hammered through,
right.
helping us with our 40 points. I think he scored like at least 2 touchdowns against them.
Yep, I think he did.
Awesome. Like every time I saw Derrick Henry, they were able to keep him down to like maybe 3 yards, and that's great.
Right, that's good. Yeah,
You know?
I wish we had that like defense back.
Yeah,
but also I don't because that was Zadarius Smith, and we know it's drama
who you
that
have. It
happened.
depends because Mike Pettin had the same issue as Joe Barry.
Right.
Bad play calls. It's just we couldn't stop the run.
Right. True. What? How did you become a hockey fan? From what you told me, you're a hockey fan, and who's the team that you root for?
So, I am a hockey fan. I'm a little bit of a hockey fan. Urinating Tree actually got me into hockey. I've been watching his Legacies of Failures, and I just really got into hockey a little bit. And I am actually a Carolina Hurricanes fan. I'm been a fan for a while. Me and my friends, we actually recently got to go over to Raleigh and watch the Hurricanes shut out the San Jose Sharks 3-0. It was just an experience. It was really nice. It was my first National Hockey League game. I've been to a minor league game before in like Jacksonville, Florida years ago. Never been to an actual NHL game until
recently.
There.
What are your thoughts about Clay Matthews and Aaron Campman on joining the Packers Hall of Fame?
I haven't seen much of Aaron Campman, but looking at his stats, he earned it. Clay Matthews, that man better be in the NFL Hall of Fame with a golden jacket on him. Okay. He better have Bustin' Canton. He deserves that shit.
Agreed. What is a podcast that you would love to be a guest on if you had to choose one besides mine? I know you said you had a mini podcast.
Yeah, how like what podcast I want to be on, for example?
Yeah. If you got to choose, like as a guest.
Easy choice. I got to be on the Dumpster Fire. I have to be there for just pure Schadenfreude. I love the cynicism of both Above 5 and Tree.
Right. Yeah.
Schadenfreude just really fits within me, and every Tuesday I tune in to just laugh at the bullshit that goes on in the NFL or MLB or whatever.
Right.
Just entertainment.
For that one, I kind of did these questions as I wrote them for you guys. I said Tom's podcast or Pack-A-Day.
Now that would be nice, but or that would be cool too. But I'm going with Dumpster Fire.
That's a good one. Or Clickbait. Clickbait would be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
If we could have a former player on the current Packers, not naming Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, who would it be and why that position? Or someone said Charles Woodson.
That's a tough question. You got
this could be our safety help.
You got Charles Woodson, Devontae Adams, MVS.
Well, if we got safety, we need badly safety help.
Yeah, I mean, I do miss Adrian Amos. Even the players that have left to go to the Jets, or Robert Tonyan, or Mercedes
Lewis hurts us. Yeah.
Nice to have them to help develop the guys. It's really, but of course, you also got the whole Rasul Douglas situation, which
we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. I got some.
That one hurt me. That one hurt me.
I'd say BJ Raji.
Ooh, I haven't heard that name. That's a good one.
He's the guy that intercepted the Bears for pick 6, a big man pick 6 in the NFC Championship game when we went to the Super Bowl that year.
Heck yeah, I'll take it. We need him with Kenny Clark.
Definitely one of those legends. I think he would be the guy who can stop the run without issue.
Imagine BJ Raji with Kenny Clark.
That would be, and Lucas Van Ness. Oof.
And Rashawn Gary. We cannot forget about Rashawn.
You got a brick wall right there.
Yep. Do you think the Packers have a top offensive lineman? If so, who's the order for this year's Packers? That's a spinoff of Brian Bulaga's question. According to
I would have loved to have on the Packers too. Brian Bulaga. One of the best O linemen I've seen. So I'm gonna quickly name it because I'm not gonna go well into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not very knowledgeable about the O line itself, but I'm gonna go with top 5 from 5 to 1. Number 5, I'm gonna go Josh Neiman.
Okay.
Number 4, Devontae Parker. Number 3, Zach Tom.
Yep.
Number 2, Bakhtiari because injured.
Right.
Number 1, Elkton Jenkins.
So you don't Royce Newman, Josh Myers.
Royce Newman, no, I haven't seen. He needs to do better on that part. Josh Myers, I haven't seen much of him actually perform. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a decent center, but I'd much rather have Corey Lindsley.
No, me too. Oh, that's good. That's gonna be hard facing him this Sunday. Oh god.
Yeah, I think he's actually injured, isn't he?
I didn't see him on the injury report.
I don't know. I didn't see Bakhtiari either, but that's because he's out for the season.
He's on IR. He doesn't count.
He's probably on IR. Who knows?
Oh, imagine if Corey Lindsey's on IR. Oh.
Moving on.
No. I mean, yeah. Oh no. Any player you want to meet and any jersey you want to get.
Originally, I really would have loved to meet Russell Douglas if he wasn't there, but dude is a stud at corner. He really nailed it with how many times that he did back-to-back Christmas picks to end the game with a win against Miami and Cleveland, and then of course the man who saved us and ruined the undefeated streak of the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
2 years ago, yeah. But now I really would love to meet. Of course, you also got Jamal Williams, who I really would have loved to meet too, but he's Saints and Lions. But I wouldn't mind meeting Jair or Keyshawn. Jair Alexander or Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Big time.
What are your thoughts about Jair?
Jerseys I have an away jersey of Jair and a home in a 50s alternative Nixon that you saw a minute ago. But
right.
Yeah.
What jersey would you want to get?
The what?
What jersey? Not including those two.
I would love to get a 50s alternative Jair Alexander.
Oh, that'd be good.
Definitely worth it.
What are your thoughts on Joe Barry and Jordan Love?
We already know my thoughts on Joe Barry.
Yep.
Because I answered the question recently, but Jordan Love, I think he's good. I think he's doing what he can. He's still young. He's still raw. He has some issues that he's got to clean up on, but it doesn't help when coaching is not doing a very good job like this season and onward. But Jordan Love has definitely proven he can be top tier once he develops more. And I would and maybe next year or the year after, he could be one of those best guys. And he could probably he wouldn't have a problem. He just got to he's comfortable in the pocket sometimes. He's got to make sure his pocket awareness is good. He's got to know who to throw to, not an extreme like triple coverage like he did with Christian Watts or whatnot.
Oh my God.
On Sunday. But or it was double coverage, I'm sorry. But he's got to run some more too. He got to use that baseball run too, because there were so many plays that he could just ran it and he could have gained some yards and could have been easier to move the ball, move the chains. You don't have to be so long down, like a long third down. It could be like a short third down.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get more comfortable with the play decisions and play calling, as well as the coaches need to get better too around him.
Okay. So, yeah. How do you see this team play out? You kind of already said, and the most surprising player.
It's still a learning curve. I originally wanted this team to make the wild card. It'll be a shocker if they did. If they did, I'll be happy. I don't care if we get a playoff win or not. If we make the wild card, I'll be happy. This is just still an evaluation year.
Right.
Definitely. Surprising player, Rudy Ford has really stepped up as safety. He really has fought hard to do what he can. Like you saw the back-to-back interceptions they had against the Lions, and I think it was the Saints, or was it the
Cowboys?
It was
last year. Cowboys.
That was Rudy Ford.
Yeah, he did that
this year.
Oh,
last year.
Oh, no. I don't remember.
I think it was either
Raiders. He got one against the Saints.
I know he did it against the Lions. The first.
He got one against the Saints, I think.
That gave us the only time we had a lead, and then of course got I think it was either the Saints or the Raiders, one of the two. But
maybe Saints.
I don't know. But he's definitely proven that he can be worthy. But another player I will definitely say has proven himself. Jaden Reed, man. Jaden Reed. I was skeptical about him in the draft. Like
Oh, okay.
Another wide receiver. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing him, how he can separate the defensive players from him and get wide open. You've seen it on Sunday. This dude
Yeah.
is on fire. I can't wait to see more of him. He's a great wideout. He's definitely worth it. He's definitely worth
Yep.
it.
So we're on 18 out of 22 because we added 2. But we can get into we can combine 3 of these easily.
That's
what
fine.
are your thoughts about Tom Grossi winning Packers Fan of the Year? I know you and I were going to talk about 30 and 30, which we can bring up, and clickbait sports because Tom is part of that.
I say we can combine that. We can combine the 30 and 30 and the Fan of the Year. Now, Tom, he deserves it. He definitely proved himself worthy with it, whether with his 30 and 30 plan that he did spend his own dime on.
I can't believe that.
Fly to all 30 NFL stadiums in 30 days with how much sleep he didn't get, him and Johnny Barks, and it was just legendary. I was fortunate enough that I was actually off to get to go on that Thursday. And there were a couple things I got him to try this drink called Cheerwine, which is a local kind of cherry soda that's here in North Carolina. I got him to sign a couple things too, him and Johnny. Starting off with this Miami Dolphins football. I was with a girl who was a big Miami fan.
Okay.
She wanted me to take this football with and Tom sign it. And of course, if you see right here, him right here, and Johnny down here, he was able to come around and have a conversation with me too while Tom was signing things. And he did the same thing with my Rasul Douglas jersey. My Rasul Douglas jersey, as you can see, is very beat up. It's very kind of ruined.
Yeah.
I'd love to get a replacement, honestly, but now I just maybe it'll be a good idea to have Tom sign it and John make sure I can save it. That way, it's at least still a treasure to me, and it still is to this day. And that was back when I was engaged at the time, and of course, I'd rather not get into that, but it was definitely one of the best experiences of my life, and it was not that far from where I lived, so it was real close at the time.
Right. So as I showed you, this is going to be hard to show. But
that one. Yeah, your flag.
The other way. So I actually have this flag.
It's hard to understand how to work a mirror kind of camera thing. Yeah.
Well, I'm not used to this. So this has Johnny Barks and Tom Grossi signed this for me. You can't see it.
Yeah. If I ever get to see Rasul Douglas again, or at all, and not again, I've never seen Rasul Douglas, but if I ever get the chance to meet him, I still want to sign this, even though he's not on the Packers. He deserves the chance because he belonged in Green Bay, but we'll get to that.
I'm just writing tag Rasul Douglas because I know Rasul Douglas is active on Twitter. That's how he got back to me on one of my tweets, at least. Ha ha ha.
Definitely.
I agree. Tom Grossi definitely deserves the Fan of the Year. NFL Fan of the Year. We know he's going to the Super Bowl, which is going to be sad, but it's going to be a good experience for him, I think.
Definitely. He earns it. I even went out and voted myself, which for those of you watching, please vote him for Fan of the Year. He's a great guy. I even got to talk with him, walk around with him, spend time with him. If you see my video talking about Tom and my
Wait, did you post a video on Twitter about it?
Huh?
Did you post your video on Twitter about it?
It's on YouTube, actually.
You'll have to send that to me.
I can send it to you, no problem.
Because I'm about to film. I'm about to put I have 36 pictures from that Tampa event, so I'll just put them all in one.
Definitely.
And then, like I told you, we can tag them.
Yeah, that'll tell them the whole story about the experience I had at.
Yeah. I know. I saw your guys' video, and I was like, we're definitely not beating that one. But somehow Tampa beat your guys' video. I think we beat it, though, because we had Johnny Barks' birthday, too. So, that was
we set a pretty good record back there.
What?
We set some pretty good records back there.
We thanked Johnny Barks. We gave him cookies and cake and pancakes, I think.
Nice. You got. We chatted about you'll hear in the video, but we chatted about fruits and veggies.
Yep, I saw that.
Just everything, even the cheer one I gave him. gave Tom and Johnny. They cheered about it. They were.
You gave him that?
I did.
Oh, I
I
saw that.
wanted to have
I
them
was like,
try
wait.
Cheerwine for the first time because they've never been there. They're, New York, Wisconsin. They never sold Cheerwine. Want to welcome them to the South. Want to give them a nice little treat and welcome, and and it was a good PR move because I met Daniel, Jess, and a lot of other people out there that were very supportive and took the time to even chant. And I didn't want to steal Tom's spotlight, but they got a chance to cheer for me at the event too, and that was really nice.
That's so nice. I know I saw your guys' video and I was like, what are they saying? But now that makes sense. I saw it. No, I saw it, but I was like, what are they cheering? And then Tom repeated it. I honestly think if he does it again, which they already said pretty much, if they get a 1 million subscribers, and please, if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe to Tom.
Please.
They might do it again.
He should.
When they reach 1 million subscribers.
He loves it there.
I don't know if he's going to do it in 30 days because that's way too.
No, I don't think he would.
I say give it time. Because as we know, poor Tom hurt his back during the build.
Definitely. He's very sleep deprived too, so.
Yeah.
But
I guess we can talk about clickbait because Tom is part of that.
Clickbait.
Here, I can't say who it is. So clickbait is a show on YouTube and Twitter, I think now, right?
It's on YouTube. It's podcasting, joint podcast group between Brandon Perna, That's Good Sports, Broncos fan, 5 Points Vids, the New York Giants fan, Scooter McGruder, the obnoxious cultist. Love you, Scoots, but sorry, Cowboys are not going to the Super Bowl, no matter how many times you're going to say it.
I'm just going to agree.
Yearning Tree, the Steeler fan, and of course Tom, and it's definitely interesting to see them talk about the news around the league and the punishment that they get depending on how much donors they get. The one with the most donos gets punished, and the rest of the guys got to make a pick. I don't know how.
Yeah, and poor Tom lost again.
Poor Tom lost
so many times.
Because apparently we enjoy seeing Tom being miserable.
Well, I noticed it goes in a pattern. It goes in a pattern. I've noticed that. So when draft comes around, Tom might get punished. I hope he doesn't get punished when the draft comes to Lambeau in 2025.
Nah.
Knowing them, they'll probably all meet up. Because we know all of them haven't met in person yet. Scooter hasn't met Tom. That's it. Everyone else has met. Scooter's the only one that did not meet Tom.
I might try to go and see if whenever Tree gets announced, hopefully if he can get together. Since Burlington's only 2 hours away from me, I'm thinking about going up there and watch the sock puppets play.
Oh, the baseball game?
Yeah, meet 5 and Tree there.
Aw, that'd be fun for you guys. Unfortunately, we have to talk about it. What was your reaction to the Packers trading away Rasul Douglas to the Buffalo Bills to the 3rd round pick, knowing our bad luck with that round in specific?
Precious. Okay, but in reality, it was a dumb trade. The only thing that really benefited was for our cap, but $6 million ain't that much compared to the rest of the cap.
In the 3rd round to the 5th round.
He would be a cap problem eventually, but at the same time, he's not that expensive. He could have took a pay cut, like how Aaron Jones did. But the fact that we gave him away and a 5th round pick for a Bills 3rd,
exactly,
he fails so bad in the 3rd. Why couldn't you try to get a 2nd?
Right, we always do good in 2nd.
But it was stupid to begin with to trade him because dude is a leader. Dude has proven he's worthy in Green Bay. His home is Green Bay. I don't care what it says. I know he won a Super Bowl with Philly, but he's been bouncing around from practice squad to practice squad.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that we gave him a chance and a home here, and he's flourished here in Green Bay, and you want to give him away to the Buffalo Bills? How stupid can you get?
Right. That's on Goody for sure.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Like I told you, Rasul has a personal connection with me. So basically, I already explained this, but I'll explain it again briefly. Rasul, I tagged Rasul on Twitter saying, hey, it's my birthday, whatever.
Yeah.
with my birthday twin. I'm sure you saw that. And he actually commented back.
You know what's
So
funny?
happy birthday, you guys.
You know what's funny?
What?
Tom and I have birthdays one day apart from each other.
That's crazy.
I'm the day after him.
That's easy to remember, because I have like Tom's birthday in my phone.
Yeah,
Not
it's
being
really
stalker,
easy to
but
understand that, and we. I wanted to do some celebratory thing with him, but he's a busy man, so I totally you know what? Don't be upset if he doesn't.
No, yeah.
And
I feel like Tom would be a good guest on this podcast, even though I know he's busy as heck.
he definitely would be flat out.
So, we're getting towards the end. I know you said you had an event at 8:30. It's 8:05.
Yeah, yeah. It's I mean the event is not that far away. It starts at 8:30.
We're on the last question,
We
though.
try to get it early, but it's perfectly
No.
okay if we finish up and finish all these questions quickly. We only have
We're
a
on
couple.
the last question, so
The last one you gave me was about the Chargers game, but I know you had
I have it right here. What is your prediction for the Chargers game and statistics?
Oh, I think the Chargers are going to win. It's going to be a very tough game, seeing how they were against the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
They kept it real close, and it was a high-scoring game. And with our defense, it'll be a nightmare trying to stop the run. Hopefully, Jair is back and he can handle Keenan Allen.
Oh,
But I fear probably not. As long as we can put pressure on Herbert,
mm-hmm.
use the run game, like I said, the same kind of ordeal. Just cover the top players, and we can maybe make it through. And we saw it kind of work in Pittsburgh, but we kind of diverted from it a little bit.
Right.
I just want to see a full, complete game where we didn't divert from what should be the plan.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can make it, I'll be shocked and I'll smile, because it'd be nice if we actually won against an AFC team right now, because all wins are from NFC teams. We lost to the Broncos.
That's a good point.
Raiders, and we lost to the Steelers. If we lose, and we got the Chiefs coming up, so we're probably gonna lose that game.
Yeah.
Chargers is our best chance. We got to do it.
So I just have 2 more questions really quick. What are your thoughts about the Bengals taking the Lambeau leap, the jungle jump, what they call it? What are your thoughts on that?
It was patented for a reason.
Right.
I mean, it's a tradition in Green Bay. Why would you take something that Green Bay does and do that?
Mm-hmm.
You could have done maybe the jungle crawl or something like that, since you're called the Bengals. It would make a lot more sense.
And Justin actually noticed something else. They actually took our touchdown song as well. The one that we usually play. They
should have done that. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah, I'm thinking, can't Leroy Butler do something about that?
I'm sure he might. He might do something. You never know, but
that would also be another good guest.
Definitely. I mean, he just got into the Hall of Fame, and he's
right. But he's verified. That's what I'm saying. He's verified. I guess I can tag him. All right, he's always on Twitter. Last question. Speaking of Lions, what are your thoughts about a Lions fan jumping in or a Lions player jumping in our stands and Lions fans greeting him like the Packers?
Their own version of Lambeau Leap.
No, a Lions player did it at Lambeau.
Stands just kind of like that.
Oh.
Kind of another way to intimidate us and make us think, but trying to say, give us that punch in the mouth, knowing that we aren't going to punch back, which right. But I'm like, we need to punch and back. There is no reason why we can't.
Yep, 100%.
We, like I said, going back to the play calls, if we want to give him something, I would love for us to dominate. I know Thanksgiving's coming up. We have the game in Detroit. We're going to die. But if we actually somehow dominate against the Lions, we deserve to do something back to them.
Agreed.
It's only right.
I say we jump in their stands.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts about the players not doing the Lambeau Leap? I know, our players.
Most of them are new. They're not ready yet, so they don't really understand the Lambeau Leap. They're more concerned about making it through. And Lambeau Leap, they probably don't want to infringe. They also probably don't want to infringe on Leroy Butler's,
I mean, I get it, but if it's at Lambeau, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, I don't see a problem
with it. If I was a football player,
I'd be dying to make a Lambeau Leap.
No, yeah. I think the issue is other teams doing it at their stadiums and not at Lambeau. I think that's what the issue is.
It is.
Like, I get it. And I don't know if you watch Clubhouse Live, but they actually talked about this. So apparently Josiah DeGuara was actually pointing to the end zone for Lucas Musgrave to jump in. Do it. And he did.
I think he didn't know. I think it was miscommunication. He didn't know what he was talking about. Probably because Luke Musgrave's still a rookie. They probably haven't heard.
But they should know about it. It's history. They should know about it.
They should. They need to look up history of the Green Bay Packers so that way they can understand. But I'm sure they'll do it eventually.
I hope they do. We need it.
We do that for a reason.
Mm-hmm. I say if we win against the Bears, do it. It's at Lambeau. And the season.
Yeah, if we win these last stretches, oh my God, we might make the playoffs, but I doubt it.
Do it against the Panthers. I don't care. I know you'll be at that game. Do it against the Panthers.
Do it against Panthers. Well, no, because that's not our rival. If we do it against Minnesota in Viking territory, oh, that would be.
Just imagine. I mean, bring the kickoff return for Keyshawn Nixon. Revenge game.
Nixon do a Lambeau leap in Minnesota.
Revenge game. Do it. New Year's Eve. Yeah. Do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Jair, when that same game when he ran that, when last year, Jair just tried to do the gritty on Justin Jefferson. Yep. I was, thank you, somebody finally shut him up.
Do you think Jair will do it again?
Do I think Jair what?
Will do the gritty again on Justin Jefferson. He's back to playing. Justin Jefferson is playing.
Yeah, I mean, he's got week 17 to do it.
Yep, Justin Jefferson is playing.
He's right. Are they both going to be at full strength? Are they both going to be playing that game? And are they going to be ready?
Right.
So
that's all the questions I had. I didn't know if you had any more.
Definitely not. I would definitely love to do this again. This is you have the honor of doing having the first interview with me on. So, definitely worth the shot here. I really do appreciate being on here and getting the opportunity. Hopefully I can do this more with other people.
Yeah, like I told you, like I'm my plans for next year. I already have plans for next year, like I told you. So next year I'm gonna do season 2 of when this started. So October is gonna start season 2. This is still season 1. Right. And what I'm trying to do with all these guests, the reason why I'm asking you the guest question is because I'm going to try to get these guests on for next season with the person that recommended them.
Right, so right.
I'll ask you if I get, I know last week we had Matt LaFleur as a guest recommendation. That's going to be a hard one.
Definitely.
But if I get Matt LaFleur, I'll have his, the recommendation.
If you get Matt LaFleur, you're probably going to get everybody.
Just imagine. Okay, if I get Matt LaFleur, I'll probably get Tom easily. Probably not. One person I want to try to get is Aaron Jones. The military connection.
Probably.
That's one I want to get.
But, yeah, definitely. Next year, I will say, this year I maybe, like I said, I was going to try to do one game a year. Next year, I'm going to try and do an experiment because next year, because I got family up in Seattle, Washington, I'm planning on maybe having them come watch the game with me in Seattle. And the second game, I'm thinking about going to Jacksonville to go watch that game.
That's right up the road for me.
It was either Nashville or Jacksonville, but I'm thinking more Jacksonville. That way I can make it and go to Disney World after that. And I also got some friends down there, so
yeah,
definitely.
I said, Justin and I were trying because that's 6 hours away from us, so I don't think we're doing that one.
I think it's about the same, about 4 hours away from me.
Whereas Tampa's 1.5, Miami's 3, so.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we did the Tom Grassi Tampa 30 and 30 event as well, because it's closest. So funny thing about that is we can end the podcast after this. Funny thing about that is Justin, my mom and I, because my mom drove Justin and I all the way down to Tampa. We're grateful for her. We actually got there the morning of. We didn't know what time Tom was going to be there. So we just like got up in the morning, like as we usually would, drove down to Tampa, picked up Justin, went to Tampa, figuring out the meet and greet was later that day. So all of us were like there, just sitting around waiting. Turns out Tom got delayed.
Sorry, once. Don't mean to be texting.
Yeah.
Just talking to somebody. But yeah, the one why I wasn't hanging out with him. But yeah, it was. I was fortunate enough to actually go hang out with Tom that Thursday. It was definitely an experience, you know.
Yeah.
But well, thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate.
Yeah, no problem. Here, I'm gonna end it because
Yeah.
it's still recording.
Yeah. Until next.